6.
Omaha Streetcar construction has hurt businesses along the route, and now the city is launching a new campaign to help. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Brian Mastery. There's a new toolkit the city is giving businesses. And as First Alert 6's Ron Johnson explains, what one business owner thinks of it.
Making pizzas is all in a day's work for Dan Yaksich and his team at Smoke and Oak Pizza in Midtown Crossing.
It's been a very successful restaurant, a very busy restaurant.
But streetcar construction changed that.
Since the construction started, it's definitely been a hit to our business. We're just getting a lot less foot traffic.
Now, the city announced a new campaign they hope will help customers have an easier time reaching his storefront and others. The This Way campaign is a website filled with marketing resources for businesses along the streetcar route to help them continue to draw more people into their doors. Resources can show customers how to get to their business, where to park, how long it takes to walk there, and other helpful information. The mayor says the tools will make navigating construction less intimidating for customers.
So as you're going down to a particular restaurant or other business establishment, you can literally plan your route and know where to go park before you even get there.
Yaksich says it's a step in the right direction.
I think public awareness is important, especially in times like these. People know that people are open, doing business, and that they're accessible.
He's optimistic about what it could do for business.
But my hope is that, yes, that's going to help. I think if the campaign can raise that awareness, I think it'll be good for everybody.
In Omaha, Ron Johnson, First Alert 6.
Now, if your business is feeling the squeeze of streetcar construction, or if you're just curious, you can find a link to that online toolkit at firstalert6.com and our news app.
Now, at his press conference this morning, Mayor Ewing launched a new program meant to keep parking affordable for the people who work along the streetcar route. At 3 Omaha garages, employees can park for $1 at specific times. Right now, businesses have to sign up their own employees. So far, about 5 have done so. Park Omaha says everyone can get in on this $1 parking in the coming weeks, though it's only coming to downtown. We'll first alert you when that starts up. Well, you might want to